Hello, I'm Dr. Bonnie Rabin, Educational and College Admissions Counselor and founder of College Career Consulting. As a former admissions officer and a current Cornell alumni interviewer, I'd like to talk today a little bit about the factors that college admissions officers consider when reviewing a student's portfolio. We look at a number of things. We look at the curriculum that a student takes, we look at extracurricular activities, we look at a student's test scores, we look at a student's references and their essays. I've spoken at length about courses, but I'd like to take a moment to talk with you about extracurricular activities and essays. I tell students not to load up on extracurricular activities, but to strictly do things that matter to them because they're genuinely and authentically interested. Because admissions officers can tell when you're engaged in an activity simply to add it to your resume. So which activities are most important to an admissions officer? First, we look for a connection to the academic or intended field of study. Next, we look for something that brings the student to their community in a way that has developed character. And three, we look for things that the student is passionate about. Some students have it all. They've lined up in all three criteria. And other students have played sports, played an instrument, volunteered in their church, and delivered newspapers since they've been 5. And you might say, is that enough? It should be enough, but it's also important that you've developed some interest academically, whether it's through joining a club at school, such as FIRST Robotics, debate, or stagecraft, or if none of those opportunities are available to you at your school, then look outside your school for an internship with people you might know through your parents' employment situation, or people you've met at your church, or consider a summer internship program. Extracurricular activities need to be a window into, again, what your intended major might be, your connection with others, and something that's joyful. So I'd like to talk about 2 students. One student decided he wanted to be a doctor long ago. We knew that was his passion. He had spent time shadowing physicians in his community. He had gone to Mexico to spend time in a hospital situation with his grandfather, who was a first-rate surgeon. And not everybody has those opportunities. But the most meaningful activity that this student had done in his 4 years of high school was he worked at his local supermarket chain. And what he learned from working at the customer service desk was how to relate to people that were difficult customers and people who were appreciative. And we wrote about that in his college essay. Another student was interested in art history, and she also had a desire to engage in entrepreneurship. She had developed a nonprofit agency that was collecting makeup for major organizations to give back to a local homeless shelter for women reemerging into the workplace. Those might seem to you to be exceptional, extraordinary activities, but in fact they were activities for both students that were heartfelt. And as an admissions officer, that is the thing we're looking for on paper. Activities that were heartfelt and authentic, that the student genuinely had an opportunity to explore more about themselves, learn where they might go in terms of a field or career, and learn how to work with people. Each student's strategic educational plan should not only have a list of the appropriate courses, but should have a well-rounded set of extracurricular activities that give the high school student a chance to develop and explore their strengths and their passion, and nurture an interest as well as relate to people. So the last item on the list were essays. The essay can be the deciding factor from an admissions point of view in trying to distinguish between a very large number of students who are all amazing. They bring the same grades, same courses, wonderful extracurricular activities, but in the end, we cannot have a freshman class that's made up of 10,000 biology majors. We can't even have 10,000 people come from Kansas. So we're looking for some diversity in the applicant pool in terms of majors and location, but we're looking for people, authentically people. And so your essay is your opportunity to talk about who you are in a way that lets the admissions officer know how your experiences shape your direction and what you bring to your freshman class. By starting early in the college admissions process, you can be guaranteed that you have selected the courses and extracurricular experiences that will allow you to develop a love of learning, explore your strengths, and have a path towards your goals as an undergraduate.